Awesome. Now let's flip to the next page. Okay. First, let's look at this problem. 5x plus 8 equals 7 plus 6x. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw our fence. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to circle the number that doesn't have a variable. So that would be our 8 and our 7. Next, we're going to try to get these two on one side by themselves. So in order for us to do that, I'm just going to subtract 7 from this side and subtract 7 from this side. And I chose 7 on this one because I knew if I subtracted 8 from a 7, well, you can't do that without getting a negative. And I don't really want to work with negatives. So instead of adding 7, I subtracted 7. That's going to cancel it out on this side. And that will leave me with 6x on this side. And then 8 minus 7 is going to leave me with 1. And then we have 5x, so it would be 5x plus 1. Now, we're going to want to get our variables on one side by themselves. And since we already have a side that contains a variable by itself, we're just going to move this variable over here. In order for us to do that, we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. And we're going to subtract because this is a positive 5. And in order for us to be able to cancel it out, this has to subtract 5. That's going to leave us with 1 equals. And if we have 6 x's and we subtract 5 of them, that's going to leave us with just 1x. So 1 equals x is going to be our answer. Now we can plug it back in to make sure that our answer is correct. So we have 5 multiplied by 1 instead of x plus 8 equals 7 plus 6 multiplied by 1. Okay, 5 multiplied by 1 is going to be 5, and 5 plus 8 is going to be equal to 7 plus 6 multiplied by 1 is 6. So 5 plus 8, so let's count it, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 equals, and we know 7 plus 7 is 14, but 7 plus 6 will be 13. So 13 equals 13, and that means that our answer is correct. Okay, now let's move down to the next one. This one is 2 plus x equals negative 7x plus 58. Okay, for this one, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw our little fins down. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to circle our numbers that do not contain a variable. So that would be our 2 and our 58. Since this side has x by itself already, we're just going to do that one because we don't want to work with negatives. So that means we're going to have to move this number to the 58. So in order for us to do the movement, we're going to have to subtract 2 from both sides. Because that's a positive, we're going to do the opposite. That'll cancel